Hello, welcome to anyone's here. I'm been sick the past week or so um yeah, haven't really been streaming for a little bit, but feeling a bit better now, so I'm gonna start resuming my activities. Just gonna work on something rather simple. Um, Kind of a follow-up to the modern trip design I did a few months ago, so just gonna do something a bit low pressure just to get myself back into the routine of things. Um, so I'm likely just going to be rather quiet for the most part because throat's still a bit clammy and I'm coughing a fair bit, so I might end up muting every now and again, but yeah, enjoy. Hey, welcome. Rose, wasn't it? Welcome, enjoy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, just working on something rather low pressure today. So just doing some very normal, basic character interaction stuff. What's my favorite Sonic game? Good question. I think, in terms of the games that have the most impact on my ideas, it's not my favorite game to play, but my favorite game, in terms of setting and tone for the series, it's probably Sonic 06. Favorite game I really enjoyed playing when I was younger was Shadow the Hedgehog, but also Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, so I'm an old timer, so I'm really into that particular era of games. But yeah, SA2, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic 06, and I'm also really into Sonic Battle. And Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a game that really got me into the series when I was a kid. So yeah, my favorite character of the moment, like now, is Shadow, but back then, when I was a kid, my favorite character was absolutely Knuckles, because uh, yeah, I just really like the idea of being able to play as a character that you can also fight against. So that's kind of a thing I'm really into. Also, yeah, welcome, Justin. Make yourself home, enjoy. SA1, yeah, SA1's good. I probably didn't get into SA1 as much as I did SA2 because when I had it, like I played it on the Dreamcast, so I had SA2 on the Dreamcast, but I didn't have a copy of SA1, and I didn't get to play SA1 until DX. So yeah, but it's also I also really enjoy SA1 because yeah, Tikal's in it, and she's virtually one of my top favorite characters. Yeah, a little bit. I'm still catching up on sleep from staying up late the other night. But yeah, no, I'm good. my avatar's always sleepy. Hey, Flame, welcome. Hey, Spain. Interesting username. Spain Lexi user. Welcome. How are you guys all doing tonight anyway? Well, tonight? Today? Evening? I don't know. How are you all doing today? Wait, you're wanting to change it, or you've just sort of settled on it? Ooh, yeah, okay. Yeah, kind of funny like that. Yeah. So, yeah, kind of a strange period of time. Thankfully, they're not as, you know, needing of that information as nowadays, which is at least something, or at least as far as I'm aware. None of the things I've really needed my real name for or anything. But I don't really sign up to much anyways. Good. Thanks for that, Flame. Nice work. Um, what's everyone up to, anyways? Anything interesting tonight? Mission work. Oh yeah, nice. Work. Nice. Everyone's busy. I've been very slack lately, so yeah, I really just wanted to stream just so I could have some means of forcing myself to draw a little bit. Has been a very good crutch. That's what I wanted to do. Thing that I never do, but I really should be doing more of is like rotating the canvas. I literally only ever work like upright, but I was actually watching when you were drawing the other day, Flame, and yeah, how you always tilted the canvas a lot, and I thought, wow, that looks really useful. Yeah, I should. I literally never use like most of the tools that are at my disposal. I never use them just in favor of using the most basic of things. Like with the tools that I've got here in CSP, I don't tinker with any of the settings. I just work with what's default. Ideally, I should be doing a bit more uh, proactive fine tuning, but yeah. And it's not like I'm disadvantaged. Like I've got a Cintiq tablet, so it's like, you know, pretty easy to just rotate on the screen. But oh yeah, that's another thing. That's something I struggle with comprehending. Like when people don't mirror their work. Like I at least depend on that to at least try to balancing a little bit. But yeah. Hey, Sol. Welcome. Oh yeah. I actually miss Psy. Like I've only been using CSP for like uh, maybe a year or two, but yeah. I before that I was predominantly a Psy user for like 6 or so years. So I do miss the features, like the way Psy felt, but CSP has a lot of features that I really like. I have heard that Psy 2 has a lot of the features that I like to use here, so maybe I might look into that at some point. But I don't really know too much about what actually if it'll make it worth it. But yeah. Um, what's the one Sonic? Really hate when trying to read through the chat window and the reactions bar is like in the way of the last bit of the text. You should just be looking at Streamlab. Actually, no. Even on Streamlabs, it's I hate that. What's the one character that you always draw when doing a sketch? Is that like a thing I do, or you mean like exercise-based thing? Because in terms of exercise, I tend to always draw Shadow and Tikal just because, you know, out of habit. But in terms of characters I've sketched frequently, maybe my character Proj? I'm not sure. I should really look at a reference for Amy, because I've drawn Amy completely from memory here, so I haven't forgotten anything. Ah, right, yeah. They're basically what I've just said then. So Shadow and Tikal and Proj, they're my defaults. But generally, I don't really sketch as much, like, you know, just for the sake of sketching as much as I should, because usually you know, the things I work on are like all my projects that I've sort of got going on, that kind of sit there collecting dust. So yeah, I would answer that, but at the same time, it's like I don't do it as much as I probably should. That's why I tend to get rusty pretty often. Oh yeah, Spin or official cast. Funny thing is, like, Sonic has a simpler design than Shadow, but I find Sonic a lot harder to draw than I do Shadow generally, because Shadow has enough detailing where you can sort of make up for the inaccuracies in design, just you know make it a part of the style. With Sonic, it's like when you're trying to draw him, there's like a very minuscule margin of error, so slightest differences can make it look really off. So I have a hard time drawing Sonic. Shading practice. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I actually like drawing Rouge. I've drawn Rouge a few times. I've got a few prominent pieces on DeviantArt and Twitter. I don't draw her as much, but every time I have, it's always well received. I should probably draw Rouge more often. I might do that at some point soon. It's like, actually, one thing I wanted to do was I wasn't going to explore it with this piece, but I was going to redraw not redraw the picture, but like draw it again. Picture of Amy I did, where she's wearing, like, in her modern incarnation, she's now wearing her the the winter jacket that she's wearing in the Sonic Mania shorts, or the last episode. Yeah, I wanted to try drawing that again, and in that same light, I was going to draw the Rouge design I had, where she was like with blue accents instead of pink. So yeah, I kind of just want to draw normal, kind of normal stuff that doesn't require much thinking, because yeah, a lot of my stuff's pretty complicated. Black Rouge. Oh yeah, no, 79. Yeah, that's a huge problem of mine, because I've got a lot of projects like Sonic Expand stuff. It's pretty huge. Like, I've got so many different avenues that I could explore, like over 20 different stories with her own cast. Things like I did my 60 years ago cast the other day, but then I still have like secondary cast and everything to do for that. And then just imagine that amount of work, but also at least 20 other past-based stories. And also my God hierarchy stuff, which is like, I don't know, the more time that passes with it, the more I just want to start again. Where is it? Yeah, this stuff. It's like, as more and more time passes, the drawings here becomes obsolete, so I should I should just start again. Yeah. Pretty keen to see how you go with the all your Black Verge stuff, because I've read the premise of your story, but yeah, I'm interested in seeing how the major differences impact the individual characters. Yeah, look forward to that. You should. It's always good to. Thank you, Rose. That means a lot. Hi, DP. Welcome. Yes, she is a dragon, so she's yeah, definitely grown up bigger than everyone else. uh, that's all right. I mean, as long as you have like an idea in your mind, just summarize everything. Yeah. As long as you have like, a start to finish and then the bulk in between, you can always just break it up and pace it out, at your leisure at a later point in time, or as you said, get an editor to help you out. But yeah, the main thing is just getting the ideas down, so from the beginning and end, and then you can just gradually fill in between time. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Yeah, the modern trip design I had on Twitter is like the thing that's blown up the most out of anything I've ever done before. So it's like, I'm glad people appreciate the idea of her being like huge. The rationale I went for was like, I had this mindset where, like, how in the original Sonic 3, when Sonic turned Supersonic, he has green eyes in that game. So I had in mind that over time, as Sonic grew up, his body grew up to adjust to those traits, so he naturally grew green eyes when he was older. So the same sort of mindset I had for Trip was with her dragon form. That became sort of her destination. So as she grew up, her body grows up more to accommodate the dragon form. So I've yet to draw it. I probably will do that at some point. But Trip, when she now reaches her dragon form, there won't be as much bulk as per her classic design into her dragon form, because her body is now accommodating the transformation. Writer's anxiety, yeah, it can be a problem. The main thing is just to have fun with it, and you know, because clearly you have an idea in your head and you have things you want to see. Just place them down and just go with what feels natural. Like my stuff that I've been working on, it's been a good more than a decade now, and a lot of my ideas have changed over time, and that's just more, you know, as you sort of develop your creativity, yeah, you sort of get an idea for what feels natural and what sort of feels a bit forced. So yeah, just have fun with it. Oh yeah, yeah, it's very a little bit subtle, but that's probably the big defining point of it. That yeah, he's huge in comparison. So I'm visually highlighting that now. Like, it's very amused by how big she is now. I need to do that. No, I've not actually paid attention to the Superstar soundtrack. It's like not usually my thing. I'm kind of into. I'm not really into like the modern classic tunes, but it's kind of nice just to listen to in the background. Not really thinking too much about it. It is very Sonic 4-y though. I did. A lot of people did make that observation, and like, you know, obviously they were sort of making fun of it because people make fun of Sonic 4 in general. But yeah, I do hear the Sonic 4 likeness to it. But I didn't mind Sonic 4's soundtrack myself. I really liked Metal Sonic's battle theme in that game. Oh yeah, I did hear about all that stuff. I don't keep track of like who does what, so I just sort of only hear in passing like people go on about stuff. But yeah, 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 that makes sense. I'm not familiar with the Spinball soundtrack. Should do that again. I really got to remember this rotation thing is here. That'll do. That later. Sorry, someone making noise outside my door. To be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing with hands half the time. I'm mostly just winging it. Yeah, that's mostly my problem at the moment. Like, generally I'm alright hashing something out, but when it comes to like specific poses, it's like, yeah, I'm just making things up. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing with proportions now half the time nowadays. Like, between different sketches and everything, like, I never seem to know what sort of style I want to go for. Like, usually I like to draw slightly longer bodies because like a lot of my style is a little bit Sonic 06 inspired. Yeah, a lot of mid late 90s, mid 2000s Archie style. But yeah, sometimes I just like to draw like smaller, actual more canon-like ones. But at the same time, it's like even then, there's sort of inconsistencies between like the art renders and like the actual in-game models. Because there's kind of variable as well. Yeah, I'm always unsure about how big I want to make Sonic bodies. This looks alright though. Usually if I have a frame of reference, like, you know, I have a general idea of how Amy is supposed to look, so I can draw a Trip to suit accordingly. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Yeah. I've always like yeah, I've always sort of maintained like a uh as Sega-esque as possible with my style, but also like incorporating some of my own uh little quirks here and there. Like people can still at least like even though I try to draw as canon as possible, people can still recognize my stuff from a mile away. Apparently, I've been told. Yeah, that can be yeah, I guess it just depends on like a mix of what you want and what feels natural to you. Because like when you draw more to what feels natural to you, it's like that's when you sort of develop a bit of your unique style. But if you really want to go for something that's more reminiscent of an actual existing style, then I guess that just comes more with studying things a little bit. Yeah, true. It's weird because like even though like a lot of my style is like very inspired by the Iwakawa channel uh art. So like with regards like faces and stuff, I sort of draw more from that particular style, but I incorporate like a lot of the body aspects of like the game models. Mine's kind of like all over the place. Ooh, this cyber station boss. Nice. And even though this is like clean and ready by my standards, something that I've been really slacking on for quite a while now is like the fact that I haven't been doing like actual line arts. So I might, from this clean sketch, actually try to line art something. Bear with me. Let's see. Yeah, I think the faces you draw are very unique and stuff. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they like yeah. Even though I try to go for a Iwakawa sort of look, I still like incorporated like um sort of the way I sort of shape the muzzles and like my little notches and stuff on the cheeks, kind of more defined to how I like things to look. What else have I missed here? This sausage. I'm caught up. Sorry. Sort of. I keep missing messages, so forgive me if I do. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's a problem as well, like, the line art stuff. Because, like, I don't have, like, a set like, procedure that I go through. I just sort of eyeball it and, you know, pray for the best. So a lot of sometimes I find that, like, once I've started on a line art and I've gone too deep into it, it's like, oh, this is this is not what I want. That's probably a little bit why as well, like why I've kind of slacked a little bit with my processes because I don't know. It's like I don't want to put so much work into something just for it to not pay off. So I like to try just like shoot for as minimal work as possible and try to achieve the most results. Yeah, this piece here is just going to be an exercise, so it's very very low thought. Like I'm not one for like trying to appeal to the general audiences, but a lot of the time my stuff is like pretty complicated and requires a lot of prefacing to understand it. So sometimes I just want to sort of scatter in some, you know, just normal stuff that's easy to digest. So that's why I'm just drawing some official characters and yeah, just a nice, fun interaction piece. Is it the one with your 3 characters? Oh, okay. What did you find then? Oh, okay. Yeah. I still actually see that every now and again because like I've got my stuff stored from like 20 years ago on my hard drive, so every now and again I flick through like my older stuff to try to get ideas for things I can do again, and that piece pops up every now and again. As they do. But yeah, that's another example because like of my particular style, because I've drawn their faces in a way that is more or less mostly official-like, but the bodies I've sort of taken more liberties with the way I sort of proportion them. Oh, Cloud. Yeah, I probably should be using Cloud, but yeah, because like all my stuff is on a physical hard drive. So since it's such an old hard drive, I feel like it's one pull away from just losing all that history. That's I should follow you guys' example because yeah, because um yeah, I think the USB cord of my hard drive is like a bit frayed because it's a bit loose, so I have to make sure it's completely still for it to actually read. So I feel like at any point I might pull out the cord, then I'll just completely corrupt my hard drive. Yeah, I'm now that I'm thinking about it more, I really should back them up. Oh yeah, Mega. Yeah, those are handy. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just giving some serious thought to it all now. Couple did get lost to time though. Oh yeah. That sucks. Sucks when that happens. Yeah. I do find it amusing sometimes. Like, obviously people from like the middle ground and uh, Mystical Forest Zone time have like, you know, gone way their way, different ways. It's amusing seeing like the people who are still in the community and like, um, you know, just it's just nice seeing that they're still around, even though they're very different now. I'm actually like, there's two particular servers that I'm in at the moment that I'm just sort of lurking around in, but with people from the middle ground MFZ days, and they're cool. Just to sort of, keep an eye on what everyone's been up to, how they've all been for the past 20 years. I actually miss the days of forums because they were a nice avenue for communication. Like Reddit's there and everything, but it's like it's not really a. It's more of a thing for looking at stuff and commenting. Not really a place for actual communication. And then Discord is like trying to jump into Discord servers and like it's very awkward. You can't really read at your own pace when the chat's always moving. Yeah, forums. I miss those days. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with all of this. It's like, social media is just a constant feed just for posting up a thing and then commenting on it. It's not really a discussion place. So it's like, I don't know. I've never really I use Twitter as much as I can, but I've never really meshed with it. I don't understand it because yeah, it's completely alien place with regards how it works. Really? Wow, that's crazy. I'm gonna try line arting this. It's been a very long time since I've done line art, so bear with me. I did actually have a period of time, like mid mid to early last year, where I was like my mind was unlocked. I could just do a lot of things at will. I did a lot of line art back then. Okay, I'll see if I can find some stuff from that time. Yeah, I just did line art and stuff without abandon. But now, at the moment, in my current state, I think too much. So, um, yeah, it's hard for me to will myself to do clean stuff. Where have I stored all of those? No. Oh, I mostly want to get Twitter just so I can see my favorite artist. Oh yeah, that's a that's a good way to use it because like it's easier when you're using Twitter when it's just like just using it as a thing to consume content and stuff like that. I find the disconnect as a creator trying to use Twitter. It's like, I've got to consider like the wording of my tweets, the time I'm posting it, what is appealing content to see, when you're scrolling and swiping. Things I'm not really meshing with at all. So I just do what I can and just post it up, and then, just see if people actually like it or not. Trial and error. In there, person absolutely despise a concept. Yeah. I'm old, we're old, yeah. We are all very old. It's especially hard as well, because it is all very youth driven, I suppose. I mean, there are a lot of older people on the Twitter space, but it's like I don't know, I feel like they're kind of unreachable, to be honest. It's like I don't mesh well with social media in general. So yeah, I just do what I can. This is a cool track. Final boss, okay. Why not? What size pen will I use? Nope. Yeah, that'll do. Something that I've been sort of trying to be mindful of, but never actually use much of. Another thing where I don't use the functions that I have, but I've never really paid much mind to pressure sensitivity, even though that's like the big thing for having a graphics tablet. But it's like whenever I needed, say if I needed a thick outline here, like I could just apply pressure and create that line. In the past, if I really wanted a thick outline, I would just go over it constantly to try and get the look that I needed. So something I'm trying to do is put into practice actually using my pressure sensitivity. a lot of my quirks are more to do with me not bothering to learn my tools. Yeah, something that's been there was a funny meme that I saw recently that's sort of been stuck in my mind. There was two drawings of one with like thick, solid lines, and then one with like scratchy overlapping lines like this. And it's like the caption was line confidence and line shame. I just thought it was amusing, so I'm gonna try practicing line confidence a little bit, but it's I don't know. Ah, pen tool. That's something I've done it. I've used a pen. Like I'm assuming you mean the. Oh no, pen tool. Maybe I'm thinking line tool. Yeah, something I have used in the past is a line tool. You know, like really aligned and like altering the trajectory and all that. Um, it's good, and I've seen a lot of good results done out of it. I did mine as well. Got good results with mine as well, but it's like, I don't have the patience for this. I just want to rush it out as quickly as I can. Yeah, I understand the appeal because I have done it in the past, and what I produced was very good. But it's like, ugh, this takes too much time. My attention span is way too short for this. Oh, this is a cool track. Oh, Fang. Fang Mark II. See, this is another one of those situations where I feel like I've gone kind of, I've done a bit already, but then I look at it and think, ugh, I don't really like this thickness, or I don't really like this grainy brush. So then I'm sort of like, oh, can I start again? I don't know. No, I'm gonna roll with it. Something that I did pick up when I mentioned that last year I sort of developed a good run where I sort of picked up a lot of new traits, did a lot of line art and stuff like that. Something I did pick up in that time was like, because I was watching a lot of art videos from some of the artists that I really liked, and they highlighted this thing where like to not fully connect lines, and you know, just to leave it a bit open, so it doesn't look stiff. That's something I put into practice, and it looked really good. But I've in between time forgotten about that, and I tend to keep connecting my lines anyways. So I might try to put that into practice a little bit more. Yeah, it's a habit. That's a good point. A good idea. Actually, something that I did, now that I think about it, when I was practicing that, usually when I'm doing my lines, say if I had to do this curve here, sometimes I'd struggle to like meet the whole curve, so I'd go halfway and then like finish it off, and then where there's like a sort of inconsistent connection in the middle there, I just get rid of that area, and that'll do it for me. It is trip. Yes. Okay, Prow. Yeah, see, for this for example, I'm struggling to seamlessly meet this line, so I'm just going to get rid of that little bit there. Perfect. Yeah, yeah. You have a very distinct style. Like yours is more sort of painted, more of a 3D sort of look, so you can get away with that. That's something I've mentioned that in a past stream that I probably should try. Like it's been a while since I've painted anything. Actually, something that I have been doing a bit recently is because normally with when I'm drawing, like I keep all my layers like all separate. But more recently, I've been putting into practice merging all my layers and just working on everything as just a single image, single layer, and that's been good because it gives me access to everything at once without having to shift between layers. Usually, I do that after like substantial amounts been done already, but. But yeah, no, I would like to paint. It's been a while since I've painted anything just without bogging myself down with like processes. Yeah, I'm very slack. I've been sick the past week, so I've been barely paying attention to Discord or anything. I'm still a bit croaky. Every now and again, I have to pause just to, you know, clear my throat a bit and, use my asthma inhaler because the weather is like mucking me about a bit because it's coming up towards the end of winter here, so the weather's like pretty bad at the moment. Like sort of affecting my asthma a little bit, but over the next couple of weeks it's going to be moving into spring. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. You know what now? I was saying before how I wasn't sure about how this looks, but I actually like how this is looking now. It's a good thing I didn't scrap it. No line gang. I envy the no line gang. I wouldn't have to be dealing with this. True, that's a good point. I don't know. I've had too many times where, like, even after like an hour or two, it's still not really. Actually, I guess it just depends on the perspective, because sometimes something like looks really really good to me, and then I look back on it later, it's like, ugh, this wasn't as based as I thought it was. But then there's some pieces where it's like, at the time I'm like really struggling with it, and I'm like, ah, this looks really crap. But and then I give it like a day or two, and I look at it and I think, wow, this is actually not bad. So yeah, just a matter of perspective, I guess. Oh yeah, well, that's a big thing. I flip constantly while drawing, so I make sure it looks balanced enough while I'm drawing it. Yeah, but yeah, I suppose those who do traditional don't really have that benefit. Besides, like, I don't know, looking at through like a light box, or you know, positioning in front of a mirror or something. But yeah, no, I depend on mirroring constantly. Yeah, yeah, happens too often. Thing I find with my stuff is like, I don't I don't put as much effort as I should into something. Like, I don't spend like 10 plus hours on a piece. I just try to hash it out as quickly as I can, make it look as good as I can. Um, yeah, so not as much work as I probably could put into it, but then I look back on it afterwards and think, oh, maybe I could have made things look a little bit better. Um, not so much technically, but more, you know, just a little bit more cooking in the oven, and it could have been peak. Uh, well, that's a good practice though, because once you have a really nice looking sketch, then you could do whatever you want with it afterwards. Like you could like, even if you've done the fully rendered drawing, you can still reuse that sketch later on and like re-render it out in a different way if you wanted to. With my sketches are real bad. So this is like one of my sketches. no line confidence at all in it. So mm, I get to this point, I'm satisfied with it, and then I do like another rough sketch. Usually with my stuff lately, never leaves this stage. I usually just slap collar onto this and then call it a day. But I'm not doing that today. I'm taking my time, taking my time. final boss. Yeah. That was something I found really weird about Sonic Superstars. They set up this big dragon boss as like the final boss. And then you got Trip in like her dragon form and everything, but you don't even get to fight the dragon as Dragon Trip. It's like, that could have been cool. Yeah, no, that's understandable. I've got a huge backlog of games that I've yet to sort of play. One day. One day. Oops. Oh yeah, yeah. Nice. I'm very looking forward to Sonic at Shadow Generations. Like I'm my expectations have tapered. Like I'm not expecting anything groundbreaking, but at least there'll be cool things to look at, which is like, you know, my minimum requirement for enjoyment. I'm very small-brained when it comes to things I like. Too bad, actually. Yeah. I kind of just want to say Shadow Generations because that's obviously the thing everyone's most interested in. But it's like, I don't know. I suppose I should have afforded its full title. Yeah. When that the limited run announcement came, I was momentarily livid because like I've already pre-ordered the game, but I talked myself out of it because the game that I have already has everything I want. Everything else is like just kind of cool, but yeah. I don't want to tackle the hands yet, so I'm just gonna do what I can here, and then I'll get started on Amy, probably. Yeah. Generations is actually the game that kind of broke me when it came to Sonic stuff. Because way back then, that was like coming up towards the end of like, I guess, the spriting era. Like Mystical Forest Zone had just died and everyone was kind of scattered about. I still maintain spriting a little bit, but when Generations came out, it kind of ruined, well, not ruined, but altered my perception of like Sonic, because up until that point, you know, when you have from Sonic 1 to 3 up until the Adventure era, those were always just considered the same character at that point. So there wasn't classic and modern Sonic. There was no younger and older Sonic. It was just Sonic, and it was just considered more of a style thing. So everything I did was like just working under that mindset that it's just Sonic, there's nothing else. It's like there's no timeline or anything. But then when Generations established them as two different versions, two different time periods, it was difficult to like consider them the same anymore. So then whenever I was getting to spriting, I couldn't treat Sonic 3 Sonic as modern Sonic anymore. So I had the sprite Sonic as being much bigger now. So after that point, it's like sort of twigged in my mind, maybe I should like think about timeline stuff. And that's sort of when after that point, after Generations in like 2012, that's when I sort of started with my Sonic Expanse stuff. And it's taken hold of my life since. And ironically, though, I have been thinking that a lot of the ideas that I've established over the past decade, they could be uprooted because of Sonic Generations again with this new version. So, like, I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm anticipating having to completely overhaul a lot of my ideas. So it's going to break me a second time. Yeah, even like long before DeviantArt, long before I was like drawing Shadiko stuff. Yeah, I still sprited a lot of that as well, like with my shadow sprite sheets, and I had made a sprite sheet dedicated to just the two of them. So they've been my favorite ship since like 2003. Yeah. Ironically though, like way back then, if like 2002, 2001, 2002, I actually really liked Shadouge, so Shadow and Rouge, and Knuckles and Tikal because of a Newgrounds Flash series I was really into at the time. But after a while, my third eye was opened and I crossed them over. I did not play Gens when it came out. So, wait a second. I hate Chris Ramsey. Okay, yeah. No, that's understandable. I'm still not much about like modern Sonic games. It's like I appreciate them just for content, but I have not enjoyed a like actually playing a Sonic game since like, you know, the Adventure Dreamcast eras. So like the last one I spent like copious amounts of time on would have been Shadow the Hedgehog, I reckon. I did fluff around a lot in Sonic 06, but you know, only as much as it would allow me to. But it's like from Unleashed onwards with the boost formula games, it's like I'll play them once, but that's it. I'm not really gonna go the extra mile with and try to ace everything like I did with Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah. The costumes are a good incentive, I guess. I wish the character creator was better, but it was a fun gimmick for what it was trying to achieve. What's CCV2? I don't know what that is, but I agree with you. I don't know what it is, but I agree. Oh, okay. Yeah. That would be ideal. Alright. See you, Rose. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you. Good night. Yeah, I'm kind of jonesing for a Sonic-based RPG. Because it's like, it's got a very good setting, and the setting is something that's really important, and something that kind of hampered my enjoyment of Frontiers because the setting was kind of, ugh. I don't like parroting what other people say, but the world is so boring. Like between the open world and the zones, it's like, I don't know, this is not appealing to me. So I didn't enjoy Frontiers as much as I would have liked to. But yeah, no, that an RPG in the setting would be really cool. Mm. Yeah, no, I mean, the things that I really like about the Sonic world itself is the urban settings and the vibrant settings. So, like the adventure era locations and the classic era locations. But Frontiers was like neither of those things. I was like, okay, I'll endure this. Yeah, well, that's the thing, because like it's an open world, so open world generally means things to interact with. But you had like the four characters you can talk to, but that's it. Goodness, very expensive beta test. Okay, well that kind of tracks, I guess. Yeah. Even I mean, even then, the DLC was kind of. Hmm. I mean, there's not much to the DLC. It's like you got extra challenges, you got like a slightly deviated storyline, and you got the playable characters, but it's like not a great deal to really unpack from it. Yeah, it is what it is. Well, I'm still disappointed about the end fight, honestly. Like the Supreme slash end fight, like I don't know. I was hoping slash expecting a lot more for like a retooled final boss battle, but it's like, okay, you're controlling the robot. That's cool. Not a bullet hell, but yeah, I guess that's something. Yeah, no, I miss towns. Like even the Unleashed locations, I really enjoyed those as well. Yeah, uh, I just want Peak back. Yes, please bring back humans. the NPC humans are like my favorite thing to work on, like to think about, like with my ideas and stuff. Because there's actually quite a few very minor NPCs in the various Sonic games with open world hub zones that I've expanded on greatly as characters. So they're kind of my favorite thing. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully they do something cool. Because I don't know. I found it kind of awkward, like because they sort of I guess mastered their formula, like with as you know as much as you can call it a good formula, like with Generations, and then they sort of shifted gears completely with Lost World. So I'm sort of unconfident that they can really stick to things. Hmm. Unleashed style was cool. I still like to sort of have a mixture between, like say, a mixture between the Unleashed style and the 06 style, because I still really like the more realistic proportions. Like, so I sort of go for try to go for an in between. A lot of my human stuff is like derivative of the way Iwakawa draws human characters, like from say Billy Hatcher and the way he drew human Sonic. And I also look at the way he drew Miku that one time as a bit of a reference. So that's a bit of an influence on the way I particularly like to draw human characters in the Sonic setting. Yeah, it was good for what it wanted to achieve. It really did fit the like the settings for the characters, like the different world exploration aspects. At least like it's like with Sonic 06 and Sonic Adventure, a lot of those NPCs were like kind of stock, so you could reuse them. Whereas in Unleashed, each NPC was pretty unique, which was pretty good. So it would be good if they could kind of recapture that originality. On Sonic Goofy Unleashed aesthetic, but it haven't changed. Yeah. Yeah, so. Probably not going to finish this today because I'll probably finish up in like half an hour, so I'll make it to at least 3 hours. But I've got a few things to do today, so I'm just gonna do as much as I can and then finish off the rest of it next time. Yeah, I'll see what trying to regain my pace with my streaming, because last week really threw me out of the loop. And as a result as well, like I haven't been drawing as much as I'd like to recently, because I've sort of started relying on this as a crutch to keep myself focused, because like when I'm trying to draw my own stuff now, it's like okay, I'll start on this, but then I'll get up like every 10 minutes because I can't focus. But I love doing this because I can focus pretty well. Alright. Bring back hybrid people like Sarah. They should. They should. They should canonize her. Yeah, yeah. It's actually a very good practice. Like even if I'm not publicly streaming on YouTube, I should just because something I've said I was gonna do is like even just putting up a stream on YouTube just for the sake of like having. Oh, that's another thing. I like to do it on YouTube because I like to have a record of my art process, and then seeing how much I can do within a set period of time and actually being able to review it. So that's another big reason why I do it on YouTube. But yeah, I was thinking as well, like if I'm not gonna be throwing up a stream on YouTube, then maybe doing it through a Discord call or something. But yeah, the record is a big reason why I do it. But yeah, as I was saying, I did say that I wanted to say if I had the urge to draw in the evening, my time, when most people aren't around, I'd still just put up a stream anyways, just to, even if no one's going to be around, just to get myself to focus a little bit. But I've yet to actually do that because I still just sort of structure myself around this particular time zone, because that's when most people I know are online. But I have noticed, like, with my Discord server, there's quite a variety of different time zones there. So it would benefit me still trying out different times of day. But yeah. Why are lines so thin now? Fine. It's good. Like that. Hmm. I actually like how that's looking so far. This is actually coming along faster than I anticipated. Like when I said I was gonna actually line art this, I thought it would, you know, derail the amount of time it would take me to actually finish this piece, but no, the line art's actually come along quite quick, considering. Maybe this is a sign I should actually put more work into some of my stuff. Yeah, usually. But, the thing is as well, like, line arting is actually probably my favorite thing, but at the same time, it's like the thing I feel the most lazy towards. So yeah, I'm depriving myself. How many more chapters are left of that? Because that's it must be pretty close now, isn't it? Oh, okay. The the translator's like on holiday or something. That's good. It's been a long time coming. I don't like that this is nearly done because I'm not going to get it done before I need to go. So I would have liked to have, just pushed out a little bit just to at least get this done on stream. But I don't like that I've done it so quick that that I could have finished it in a single sitting if I could have. I was expecting to, get this half done and then like push it out till next stream. Really? Okay. I don't know. You've actually looked at the actual contents of the last chapters, haven't you? Like, could they have done more? Talking about a Korean webtoon, by the way, for the others wondering. Ah, okay. Hmm. I don't approve that hand later. I don't know if this is uncommon, but you'll find that a lot of the time, like, I never zoom out. I zoom into my stuff. I just draw it at full screen like this. Oh yeah, well, as you do in a long-running series, I guess. I'm sorry. You could probably tell I'm just dreading trying to work out my hands. Sea egg. Just came to say hi. Your art looks so great so far. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you very much. Thanks for popping in. I'm gonna be winding up in about 10 minutes. I'm just trying to get as much stuff done as I can before the half-past mark, but I really wish I had more time because it's literally nearly done. But this song is how I feel right now. Yeah, it's coming on just before lunchtime for me, so I start feeling a bit faint around this time. Like I have said before that I'd like to be able to, stream longer, but at around this time I'm feeling a bit tired. So if I were to approach like a longer stream, I would either start much earlier or stream later on, like when it's later in the day for me. But around that time, most people are probably going to be asleep, but yeah. So doing this sort of time slot, these hours is probably the most convenient at the moment. I do it this way. Actually, maybe I can get it done at this point. 7 minutes, can I do it? do for now. Whatever, she smashed out. I'll fix those hands later. I just want to get all this done. 4 minutes. Good, look at that. Nice. Actually got it done. I'll probably do some tweaks and stuff off screen, but for the most part it's pretty clean. Wait a sec, I'll just do a few more tweaks while I've got a couple of minutes. Thank you, thank you. No idea what I'm going to do with the colouring for this one, but right. Thank you, DPay. Right, I'm gonna end it there then. Yeah, this is a good solid stream. I'll stream again in 2 days' time when it's my next day off from work. So I'll get focused on coloring this. I'll do some tweaking on the line art off screen, but then and then I'll yeah, do the coloring on Thursday for me. I can't forget what day it is. Cool. Anyways, thanks everyone for popping in. Hope you enjoyed your stay, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.